Hi, I'm Natalie of So Hungry Hippie, and I have a quick tutorial for you today. We can go just be in and out with this, but first up, I wanted to show you my belt. It's kind of annoying me. I need to make a new hole. So I'm going to take this off. Hopefully my jeans won't fall off, and I'm going to use my little tool here. I have linked to this in other tutorials before, but I'll link to it again.
What's the name of the tutorial today?
Oh, today's tutorial, thanks Ramel, is we're going to take this bag that one of my friends made and we're going to shorten her straps. She went wild on the straps and they're too long for her. So instead of taking them off, I'm going to show you what I do, and I think it's great. And there's that. But also embedded in this tutorial is how to make your belt a little bit smaller, because it's just real fast, but maybe you don't know. So I'm going to take you overhead and show you this. This is, I just got it online. And I'm going to switch it down to a skinnier hole maker and come over to my belt. I have this many holes on my belt, but I need a new one. So I'm going to punch it through. There it goes. That looks good.
Is it big enough?
Oh, I think it is, but you're right. Maybe I need to make it a little bit thicker. So I'm going to switch it to the, not the Mac Daddy one, but maybe this one. This. Let's punch that again. I felt it go through. All right, yep, that's going to be big enough. So now let's take it, let's put it on. Back it up. So you see that tool is handy for applications other than sewing as well. So if you have to convince anybody that you need another gadget, just show them all the different ways you can apply it. There it is.
So if you go to a store and they don't have your size of belt, just get a big one and just put that in.
Well, no, you want to get your size probably, but I buy a lot of my stuff at thrift, and this was probably just too big of a belt for me, but I make it work. I'll just go through that loop. That's all good. You know, punch another hole, big deal.
Yeah.
Or if you need to let it out some, punch another hole. Okay, so let's get into this tutorial. Let's shorten these straps for Marilyn. She told me it was okay if I did the Natalie method. This is not for everyone, and I am going to tell you up front, you can absolutely unpick your stitches, cut your straps, or shove them down further and shorten them that way. Sometimes I just cannot handle that. My patience is gone and I want to be done. So I do this method whenever I feel like that, which is often. Okay, so first up, I'm going to take my scissors. Thank you. And I'm going to cut the strap right in the middle. Good, I mean, as much in the middle as I can. It's not rocket science. You can eyeball it. And then what I'm going to do is bring the straps down and use one of my jumbo Wonder Clips. The biggest thing is you want to make sure they're exactly the same length when you're doing this. So it does take some testing. You want to do the clips and see that they're even. You want to test it on. I'm going to have to go a little bit shorter. So that's why it's worth it just to do the clips. Take your time. You may even want to use more than one. This one needs to be a little bit shorter. And then try it on again. Yeah, that's looking better. We're about the same height, I would say. Maybe she's a little bit smaller than me. But I think it's close. Now, I do want to make sure these are exactly the same length, the handles. You don't want one longer than the other, because then it takes more stress from the bag than the other strap, and eventually it will fail. So, okay, let's go back overhead and I will show you what I plan at this point. See how I've got these overlapping now? I'm going to measure that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches across. So 8 inches across. Why did I put a T on that? Let's grab a marker. I can put a rivet 1 inch in. I just make a little mark. This is where we're going to do our holes. 1 inch in. 2 inches in. 2 inches in. Okay, so now they are evenly spaced. I've got one here and here, and here and here. So it is applying rivets. I'm going to use my rivet press, but first I have to punch the holes. Let me silence that. Okay. I need to make sure I'm at the right hole width. Ooh, did you hear that? And remember, Ramel has his handy little gadget in case I mess up to get these out. Where is that, Ramel? Oh my gosh. So there's one.
So you put the cap underneath.
Yes, I do. Before I go to take it to the table press, yeah. It's a little bit of a time saver, and it'll stay on there for the most part unless I go whacking things around really hard. So I'm putting on the cap. There's those two. And now I'm going to do the outer two. You want to make sure you're lining these up pretty well. You don't want one way up here and one down here. So I find that usually it's okay just paying attention. Oh, I was wondering, like, why can't I see very well? I need to put my glasses on. Wow. And here's the last one. And we're going to do this for the other strap as well. But first, oh, I didn't punch that hole all the way through. Sometimes that happens if you just don't squeeze hard enough. There it went. There it is. And the cap. Oops. So now I'm going to look at these and make sure they're pretty lined up and looking good. This one I think I'm going to repunch and move it up just a smidge. You can do that because that's another reason I use a 12 millimeter head on my rivets and snaps, is because if I have to slightly adjust the hole, just like a few millimeters, it's covered. Everything is covered. I don't like those little 8 millimeter too much. How picky do I get? I have to be pretty picky because this isn't for me, so just want to make sure it's right. Let's draw a centering line on our next one just to be sure everything is horizontally. You know how you can line things up in like Canva or PicMonkey when you're, or InDesign or Illustrator, you can line everything up so perfectly. Wish we had that in real life. There. I like that better. Now let's get our press, and I'm going to show you how easy and fast it is to press. I put my press on a wooden slab so that it doesn't tip on me. I've talked about this a lot. Please go watch my press video if you want to know more information. I don't sell these, but you can Google it. All right, it's in there, it's fitted. Let's see if we can go to the over-the-shoulder camera and get you this view. You can move it? Oh, perfect. Can you? Yeah, good job, Ramel. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've got it in the cradle. It's secure, and I just press down. And that baby's in.
Is it?
Yep, now we're going to do it with the next one. See the next one? See the difference? It's in. This one is still popped up. So we place it in the cradle. You want to make sure that it's in there. It's not halfway in. It's really in and solid. And then just press down. It doesn't take a lot of force. The machine prevents you from having to be He-Man to do this. Okay, here's the next one. When I jiggle it, what I'm showing you is it's solidly in that cradle. There it goes. And the last one. And that one is applied. Yeah, it's not bad, you know, it's kind of cool. It kind of adds a little motorcycle touch to the bag. Now, on these bare ends, I am going to apply fray check. So I'll snip them and then apply my either fray check or fray block. Oh, I put that in my new bag from the other day's tutorial. So here's my fray check. And I'm just going to go, can you go overhead, Ramel?
Yeah.
I'm going to trim this end so it's fresh. And then I'm going to apply some fray. Oh, I need my glasses. Can you back it up a little bit, please? Oh, this is... Huh? No, sometimes, you know, after you use it, it dries and you have to, like, re-pierce the hole.
Just like Elmer's glue.
Yeah, exactly. And it's pretty annoying. And it's solidly blocked. Oh, there it goes. There goes some air. I need an old pen. Here's one. Who else struggles with this? Make sure you're using an old sewing pin because it'll be ruined. Now we're in business. All right, so then that will dry. And then I'm going to do the other one, which also, it has like a little fray right now, so I'm going to trim it to make it fresh. And then dab this on there. I apply kind of actually, not kind of, I do apply liberally because I can wipe excess away after it's done. I just don't want that fraying on anyone. Sweet. So that strap is complete. Now this side's a little harder, and the only reason is the beginning part. You have to get the beginning right. See, these are not the same length right now. I have to make sure this is exactly the same length as this. And it usually does shift a little during all that work. So you'll have to come in and reclip and test it a few times. Just take your time and don't mess this part up. Needs a little bit more. You can opt to measure, but I find I just mess it up when I'm trying to do all that. I just do it this way. This is the practical way. This is the OJT way. And if you're more linear and scientific, you can measure and do it that way. To each their own. You know what I mean? There we go. Yes, good. There we are. And now I will measure to mark the holes for the hole punch tool. I'm going to put my lid on for a moment. I'm going to squeeze the air out and put the lid on for the moment. And I'll take you back overhead to measure this side. Exactly the same as I did the other side. Can you take me overhead?
Oh.
Do I have to do everything?
Really?
That was a big old hint to take it to the overhead camera, Ramel. Big, giant, huge. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See how this one is a little longer? So we want to trim that down an inch. We want 8 inches across, just like the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And we're going to mark just like we did earlier. Okay, 1 inch, 2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch. And then this time I'm going to take it like this, and I'm going to give myself a little bit more of a guide. Now, the issue is I can't do it with the permanent. Do I have some chalk here? Surely I do, somewhere. Oh, look, there's fray block. I can use that too. Where did my... Who knows? I'll just use this. If you've got another set of mitts in the house that can help you, grab them and employ them to hold this down for you while you're doing your marks. Ugh. See what I mean? I really need another set of hands holding that flat for me.
Can I help you?
No. I can do it. All right, here we go. Okay. This, I am determined it's going to be straight. I'm coming in with my hole puncher. There's that one. If you have arthritis in your hands or anything, you might want to grab someone with really strong hands, at least just to do the hole punching part. You can also get a hole punching die, I believe, for the press. I don't have one. This is usually fine, but this is the part that needs more strength even than the rivet part. There we go. All right, now we're going to bring our rivets over. Let's just get out 4 so it's nice and organized. Any questions, Ramel? Did you take notes? There's a test at the end. That doesn't sound like you believe me. Oh, see, that one I didn't get all the way through. It's like a double click. I should have known. There's that one. I went through, but maybe just not quite enough, so I'm going to give them a second punch. That's okay. Oh yeah, that one was through. Okay, time to set it. Let's go to the bird's eye camera, Ramel.
You probably want to move.
Huh?
Probably want to move it. Just.
I have it in the same place I did before.
Oh, it did move. Look,
huh?
It did move. See?
Is that good? Is that good, Your Majesty? Are you mic'd up today? You're not. So you guys can't hear what he's saying to me. That's not fair. Put on your mic. There we go. I can move that clip. Sometimes the clips get in the way at this point. Just take them off. Here's the second one. Yep. And the last one. Na, 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 na. There we go. Done. No, they're the same. All right, let's trim and apply freight check, and we are done. There's that side. This side looks pretty clean. I'm just going to apply this. All right. Now I will wait for those to dry, and the bag will be ready. I have done this a number of times with bags, just because I thought at first I wanted a really long strap, and then after using it for a while, I wanted it shorter. You know, you change your mind. And rather than unpick and mess with all this vinyl and everything, this is a fun and easy way to just make it work. And it's kind of neat. It's another touch. As another option, you could sew instead of riveting. You could also attach hook and loop, aka Velcro, if you want to do that. There's all kinds of ways to make adjustments and make things work. You just maybe need a few minutes to think about it and think outside the box a bit.
Or like a padded thing.
Put on your microphone so they can hear you.
Well, you can repeat it for me.
Ramel said put on a padded strap like a guitar strap. Or
Is that what that is? It will go right here.
come on over.
Jeez.
No, we're not just looking at arms today.
Just saying, putting pads right over here.
Yeah, you
like
could
covering
totally do it. Sure.
With like fabric.
Yeah. That's a great idea, Ramel.
See, I got ideas.
All right. So there it is. Have fun, explore, share in the group. Can't wait to see what you do next. Peace, love, sewing.